Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well and welcome to a brand new video. Today's video is going to be a potty training tips video. I asked in my last vlog whether you wanted to see a video like this and a lot of you said yes, so here it is. Try and see this video though as less of a guide to have your child potty trained in X number of days. See it as more of Pops is potty trained now. This is what worked really well, and anything that you think, oh, my little girl or my little boy is like that, maybe that would work well for them. Apply that when you do your potty training. A lot of the tips that I'm going to be sharing today are tips that were shared with me in the comment section of other videos that I've been putting on. So if you hear one of your tips that you shared with me, leave it in the comments so I can say thank you to you, because a lot of the things that I share today come from advice that I've had from you lot on here, and they work really well, so thank you very much. We're having some work done on the house at the minute, so sorry for any background music or noise that you might be able to hear. We've got a joiner, so there's a lot of banging going on, but I've got a small window of time to be able to film this video, so I'm just going to get on with it and get through it as best I can. I'm going to split it into 3 sections. I've got 3 tips here and I'll tell you all about each section. But the first one, and I feel like a really important one, is to prep your child properly before potty training them. I decided to potty train Pops on the 1st of November. The reason I chose that day was because it was a Sunday and I knew that we were going to be at home all day that day. It was also just after Halloween, so she'd got all of her dressing up, all of her fancy dress, parties at nursery and all the rest of it out of the way, and I knew that I had enough time before Christmas started and days out planned. So I thought that that was the perfect opportunity to start potty training her. Had I been thinking about it now, I would probably wait till after Christmas when everything calms down and you've got a lot more at home time. People say that the best time to start potty training is in summer, and I do get that because your child's free to run around in the garden. If they have accidents, they're happening outside rather than inside. But there are things that you can do if you are going to be at home and potty training at home, just to take the stress out of a little bit, which I'll go into later. But yeah, choosing wisely the day that you start potty training where you can just have as much time at home as possible. For me, it's a little bit easier because my little girl only goes to nursery 2 mornings a week, and our weekends are quite chilled most of the time unless we've got something planned, and I just chose a weekend where we didn't have any plans. I knew that I was starting on the Sunday, and a couple of days before I started talking to her about the potty and the toilet. So whenever I needed to go, I would say, I'm going to the toilet, are you coming with me, do you want to see? So I would be showing her how I use it, and I thought that that would be a good way of just getting her used to seeing it a little bit more and not being scared of it when it came to us actually starting potty training. And I think that that worked a charm, because at no point was she actually scared of trying on the toilet or trying on the potty. A tip that was shared with me was to go and buy your child's potty with them so they can choose it themselves. I actually ordered mine online, but if I'd have thought about it sooner, I definitely would have allowed her to actually pick her own potty. This is the potty that we've got, and I got a bundle, which is this potty here. Really good because it seal locks as well, so once they've done a wee in here you can be sure that you're not going to get any leakage. I got the step as well for the toilet downstairs, and a seat as well, which is just really comfortable for them and makes them feel a little bit less like they're going to fall down it. She really got on with this seat, and now she doesn't mind just getting on the toilet as it is. I went for this sage green bundle, but there are so many different characters you can choose from on the My Carry Potty website. I got a discount code for My Carry Potty, so I will leave it down below in the description box, and if you just click that link it will automatically apply the discount. These potties are stocked in a lot of supermarkets as well, so you could always just go to a supermarket and pick one, and they do loads of different characters as well, so like penguins, ladybirds, cats, all sorts of things that I've seen, but to be honest, she's just done really well with this one, and it's been handy when we've been out for walks and things like this, just taking it with us because it's not heavy and she can carry it herself, so gives her that like sense of responsibility, and it makes her feel grown up because she's holding it herself and it's quite lightweight. Yeah, going out buying the potty together I imagine would be quite a good thing to do, but what we did is we went and picked her knickers together, so it got her excited. So while she didn't understand when potty training was going to happen, she knew that soon she was going to be wearing knickers, and she got all excited about the Disney characters. So I picked up these ones from Tesco, and you get them in all different colours, and they've got Belle, Ariel, and she's Disney Princess Mad at the moment. So just pick something that your child really likes and go with that. Some bargains have Peppa Pig knickers in, like Spider-Man underpants, things like that. So I also got her this from Smith's, which is a little potty, and it comes with a bottle, a nappy, just loads of little accessories. It wasn't expensive at all, but I put this in a playroom and started sitting her dolls on it, and saying, oh, Dolly's doing a wee-wee on the potty. I didn't actually get her potty out and put it for her to use until the day that we were actually starting, because I didn't want to confuse her. I started encouraging her to play with her dolls and get them to sit on the potty, so she familiarised herself with what a potty was and what it was for. So yeah, prepping your child for the idea of potty training is a really useful one, because they're not going to be super overwhelmed when it comes to the day. They're kind of expecting it. You've made it a bit fun for them already. So yeah, that is my first tip. Tip number 2 is for you as a parent. Relax and don't overthink it. So many people in my comment section told me to do this, which is really hard when you're on social media and all you are seeing when you are looking at potty training tips are videos of people saying, potty train your child in 3 days. This is how I got my child potty trained in 2 days. I just knew applying any pressure to Pops was gonna go in the other direction. She is very much a child that is capable, but she will do things in her own time, and there is no rushing her. Had every faith that she would pick it up when she was ready to, and she did really, really well. At the end of this video, I will tell you the timeline of events and sort of how quick she was dry, but I feel like that isn't the most important thing with this video. I feel like the most important thing is sharing what made me feel at ease when we were going into this potty training thing together, and just what worked really, really well. So yeah, I just decided I'm not applying all this pressure. Some of the videos I was seeing were saying, put your child on the potty every 20 minutes. I just know she would have lost her rag with me if I'd have kept doing that to her without her wanting or needing the toilet. Yeah, by all means, I've kept having to remind her. I definitely made it where I allowed her to have the accidents and then reminded her. I knew eventually she would want to sit on the potty, or she would want to go to the toilet herself. I suppose it's just having that patience and expecting that there are going to be a lot of accidents in the first few days, more accidents than successes. I think once you wrap your head around the fact that it is so normal for them to have loads and loads of accidents in the first few days, it becomes a lot easier, and there are so many things that you can do to just take the stress out of it for yourself. So like I said, prepping your child a couple of days before and picking a day that isn't busy if you can, to actually start potty training will just make things so much easier for cleaning up accidents, just the practical side of it more than anything else. So there were a few things that I did. I took nappies away other than at nap time and bedtime. So she has a pull-up on at nap time and she has a pull-up on at bedtime now. So she knew from the get-go when we started potty training that she only has a nappy on when she's going to sleep. I think if I'd have messed about and changed my mind and not just gone with the flow of the inconvenience of her having accidents, it would have prolonged things and it would have confused her. So I'm glad I took nappies away other than at sleep time. The first couple of days we stayed at home completely. The only thing we did was a short walk around near where I live with the carry potty in hand in case she needed it. So I'm talking a 10-minute walk just up and down just for her to get a bit of fresh air. But that day all we did was play with her potty, watch programmes on TV. So Miss Rachel has potty training programmes you can watch. Bing is a really good one about flushing things down the toilet, what not to put down the toilet and stuff. And Peppa Pig have potty training programmes as well. If you just go on YouTube and type in potty training videos, loads and loads of different ones will come up for you to watch. And it just drummed it into her. I think I mentioned in a recent video, the first week on the potty was when I wasn't watching her. She must have felt like I was on her case a little bit, even though I was really trying not to be. We were in the living room, she was watching telly, I went on my phone and she said, "Mummy, look, I just did a wee-wee," and she'd done it on a potty by herself. I feel like children really easily pick up on when you're not relaxed, and I think when I relaxed into it, that's when she did her best. So yeah, expect lots of accidents in the first few days. That will in itself take the stress out of it because you'll already be prepared for it. So I just had floor wipes on hand, loads and loads of kitchen rolls, spare leggings. Wherever I went, she wore her Crocs, and that's it for the first few days, just so that I could rinse them under the tap rather than her ruining all of her shoes and getting her socks wet and things. I pulled up her playmat in her playroom so that if she did do an accident, it wasn't seeping through anything. It was just a quick wipe up and no stress needed. I didn't want her to see me rushing around, huffing puffing kind of thing. I just wanted to be like, that's okay, let's go to the toilet and try instead, rather than me getting all flustered. That's easier said than done if you just have carpet all over your house. This was a genius idea. This one stuck in my mind because I thought, wow, that is actually such a good idea. I was really nervous about taking her out in the car, and on the third day we went out in the car and I didn't put a nappy on her, I just did this. I lined her car seat with a puppy training pad, and that made such a big difference to my confidence with taking her out on car journeys. And also I put one of these underneath her potty as well, because when she first started using her potty and she was so excited when she heard the wee hit the potty, she would jump up and then there'd be a spillage, whereas that kind of caught any dribbling for the first few days. I definitely found the number 2 side of it a little bit harder because I have a toddler who runs when she needs it. So yeah, that was a little bit difficult, getting her to sit on the toilet and just wait for it to come out. So we read books and played games just to keep her from fidgeting, because in her mind she just wants to run until it comes out, which is really cute to watch actually, but not ideal if they've got no nappy on. So keep her on the toilet by playing games. So she loves animals, so I would just say things like, name me an animal that lives in the sea, and then she would do one, then I would say, oh, is it my turn, and chatting until it happened. And she's got the hang of it now, to be honest. I'm sure that first time that they do a number 2 on the toilet feels really, really weird for them. I mean, she looked so concerned, and it's just that reassurance and you staying really calm, I think, that helps them so much, and what has made it so much quicker for us and just so much smoother. So yeah, tip number 2 is definitely relax and don't overthink it. It will take however long it takes. I think as long as when you've done something you don't start backtracking and you just allow it to happen until they get it, I think you'll be absolutely fine. I know on day 2, when she was having way more accidents than not, I was thinking, have I done it too soon? Is she ready? And then day 3 came and she had 1 accident, and it was only when we got to my mum's and she was really distracted, and so it was our first time being somewhere else. Day 4 and 5 she had knickers on all day and did no accidents even at nursery. You've just got to persevere with it, stay relaxed, and just know that it will come when they're ready, I think. Tip number 3, and I feel like one of the most important ones, is to make it fun and engaging. So the first time she did a wee, I was like this, oh my God, I'm going to do it as loud as I was doing it, because like I said, we've got Jonah here and he might think, what the hell's going on in there? I was jumping up and down, I was making such a big deal, a big song and dance, like I was exhausted by the end of it. Just to give her that encouragement and to let her know that she'd done something amazing. It's really, really hard to keep up, especially when they cotton on to go into the toilet, is giving them attention, because sometimes they'll go, try on the toilet, not do it, and then say 5 minutes later they want to go again, and at no point did I say, no, you're not, you've just been. I kept doing it every single time, and it was exhausting, but it's worked now, and the novelty's worn off with it. It's just, she's so used to it that it's just become normal to her now. So if it feels really, really hard to start with, that's really normal. Being aware of the way that you word things to them makes a massive difference. So if I was saying to her, come on, let's try on the potty, and plonking her on the potty because 20 minutes or half an hour had gone by, she was just having none of it. But if I said to her, I need a wee, are you coming? She would come with me, and I'd go, shall I go first or you? Things like that, and she'd go, me, if she needed it. So it's including her and making her feel like she's part of something, and making her feel like she's being a big girl and she's doing something really clever. I would also say things like, oh, I really need the toilet, can you come and help me, please? She she is so on board with stuff like that. She loves helping me doing things, like I said, being included in stuff. So instead of me saying, can you go to the toilet please, I'm saying, I need it, will you come with me? Or shall we go and try together? Saying the word together gets her to do anything. After day 2, I started introducing rewards. So we started with a reward chart and chocolate buttons if she did a wee on the toilet. I didn't do this straight off the bat because I wanted her to just get used to the feeling of going on the toilet and going on the potty. But day 3, when I knew she'd worked out what she needed to do, that's when I included rewards. I'm going to show you all the things that I did to make it fun. So I got these charts from Home Bargains. You get 4 in a pack and they are so cheap. I had one hanging on the bathroom door, so if she did a wee on the toilet she got a sticker on there, and if she did a wee on her potty she got one on her reward chart that was on her playroom door. And we did the same thing every time. She got a sticker for trying as well. So even if she went to the toilet but didn't do a wee or a number 2, she still got a sticker for trying, which I thought worked really well because it just encouraged her to go and just have a try anyway, even if she didn't need it, which worked out well if we were going out in the car and I just wanted her to go and have a try so that she didn't have an accident in the car. The reward charts and the stickers come together and you get loads and loads of stickers. So I would pick the sticker and I would be saying, this one says, wahoo, come on, let's stick it on together. We'd go to the fridge together, she would open the door while I picked her up, and we'd get her a chocolate button every single time. And we did that for 2 weeks solid, and now she doesn't even remember about the chocolate buttons or the stickers. Now she just goes to the toilet and she's just proud of herself for doing it. But that really works to start off with. You can get rolls of the Disney Princess stickers as well from Home Bargains too, so definitely getting Home Bargains for these packs and the puppy training pads. Yeah, they probably even have little plastic potties like that in Home Bargains too. Like I said, picking underwear that's their aesthetic, not yours, to make it fun. So every time she puts the knickers on, we're like, what character have you got today? And it just makes it a bit easier to get her dressed in the morning and get the knickers on her. She's always been quite forthcoming in putting them on anyway, but I can imagine some children don't like it or don't want them on, and that's a good way to encourage them to put them on in the first place. This book I got her from Amazon, No More Nappies. There's loads of different ones that you can get. Smiths have got loads of potty training books in for about £4 or £5, and this is just about like having accidents, don't worry if you have an accident kind of thing. This went down a treat for getting her to wash her hands after she'd been to the toilet. So this is from Tesco and it's got her favourite book character, the witch from Room on the Broom. She loves her soap and I call it her magic soap. This is your special magic soap. She's never refused to wash her hands, she just gets on with it. Those little things like soap, fun for them, makes all the difference. It makes them want to go to the toilet and it makes them feel like they're doing something exciting. If your child is a bit nervous when it comes to the number 2s, by the way, there are a few things that you can do to help get them going, and these really worked for us. So I would put some boiled water and let it cool down in a cup and get her to drink some warm water. If I knew she was due a number 2, then I would do that and it would help things go. Pedaling her legs and pretending that we're frogs and jumping around on the floor to get her to like squat would help get her going a little bit, because I do think for the first like week or 2 she was holding it in. She must have been quite nervous about it, bless her. Definitely the routine thing, keeping things predictable for them. She knows that she goes to the toilet, she tries, and we've got this thing now where when she starts weeing, because I've been dead happy with her when I've seen her start weeing, I'll go like this, and she'll now when she starts weeing she does the same face. So now we do it at the same time to each other when she's on the toilet. Just those little things that you kind of have together that make it fun. She's 3 in February. She knows the word no. She knows what she wants. She's really strong-willed, and if she doesn't want to do something, she's not going to do it. So just make sure whenever you are taking advice that you don't just get overcome with everybody saying that this is the way they did it and this is how quick they did it. Your child is different to the next child, and what works for them might not work for another child. But anything that you've heard in today's video that you think your child will be on board with. Try it out, let me know how you get on. I'd love to know if any of these things help. A lot of it is just common sense, isn't it? It was one of the comments that kept coming through. It's just like, don't overthink it, they'll get it when they get it, and it's just common sense. And I do think it is partly common sense, yeah, but there are definitely things that you can do to just make it go a lot smoother for you. And if you'd have told me that by the end of the month that we started potty training, she would be where she's at now, I wouldn't have believed you on those first couple of days, because it's a lot. So just be kind to yourself if you are potty training. Be patient with them. And before I go, and just a quick timeline of events for anybody that's interested in how it's actually gone and how quick it has been for us. So first 2 days, more accidents than not. In fact, she would sit on a potty and look like she'd tried, and then get up and 2 minutes later do it on the floor. More accidents than successes, definitely. Day 3, she was at nursery. She had no accidents at nursery all morning, which I was pretty shocked at, because I thought as soon as she's distracted, she's not going to be interested in the toilet. But she had no accidents at nursery, and she just had one accident, like I said, at my mum's in the evening, and we did a 20-minute round car journey, 10 minutes to my mum's, 10 minutes back, and she had no accidents in the car. Day 4 and 5, she was completely dry, and we went out in the car both days, just short trips again, 10 minutes and then 10 minutes again. Day 6, again, no accidents, but we did a longer car journey, so she was in the car for about an hour. Day 7 and 8, we had accidents on those 2 days in the evenings, just one before bed, and it's just because I forgot to remind her after a tea. So she'd been to the toilet before tea, and then it was that time between tea time and getting her ready for bed, and I just completely forgot to remind her, and she was pretty tired. Tom was away and she'd done it, and I thought, damn, I should have took her to the toilet, or I should have asked her did she want it. And then I would say from day 8 to day 14, we hardly had any accidents at all. She had no accidents at nursery whatsoever, but she did do a poo in her knickers over that week sometime. I can't remember exactly when it was. And then this week, which I think we're coming to the end of the 3rd week now, she's had one accident at nursery, but she did a longer day on Wednesday. So I think it might have been that she's just been there and probably quite tired at nursery and ended up having one accident there, but then no accidents all yesterday. We were out with my mum yesterday for most of the day, because like I said, we're having work done on the house, so I've just been out and about, and she tells me when she wants to go into the toilet in supermarkets and things, and telling me when she needs a wee when she's sat in the trolley, which is just amazing. Like, I'm really, really, really proud of her. So I hope you found these tips useful. Good luck if you are starting potty training. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.